Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to our morning market podcast at mpiinvest.com. Well, the Indian market opened with big positivity yesterday and went on to rise and close above 17,200 yesterday. But this happiness seems to be short lived. I will talk about it in detail, but before that, let me tell you if you look at the market yesterday, the FIAs have continued selling in Indian market and they have sold for almost 1,400 crores, whereas DIAs continue to buy for almost 1,600 crores, supporting the market. So this is what is happening in the market. The FIAs are continuing to sell, and majorly there are three reasons that we should be looking at, which is impacting the markets globally. The first one, of course, is the rising inflation and the slowing down of the results from the US companies, majorly tech companies. Next one is the Russia and Ukraine war, and third one is the major lockdowns in China again due to COVID outbreak. So these are three factors which is affecting the markets globally, and we can see the markets on a weaker side across the globe. Though things are not that bad in India, the global cues are of course keeping markets on a jittery form, and we could see one day the market opening with a big gap up and the next day market opening with a big gap down. So yesterday it was a gap up and today it is going to be a big gap down, as SGX Nifty indicates a gap down opening close to 17,000. So again, our 16,800 to 17,000 remains a major support for the Nifty, and we need to watch if this level can be sustained. Otherwise, it is time that we turn bearish for the market right now. Yes, so let us look at what's happening across the globe again. So coming to the market, if you look at the US market, it actually fell yesterday, wherein S&P 500 was down 2.8%, Nasdaq was down 3.95% at its lowest level after the pandemic outbreak. In fact, Dow Jones also dropped 2.4%. So this is something which is not really great. And if you look at the European market, they also were in negative territory, and only market which was kind of okay was the UK market. If you look at Australia, Australia was also down, and looking at the Asian markets, every Asian market is down, and this is something which is not looking really great as of now. The Japan has declined by 2%, and the Topix has actually down by 1.61%, and South Korea is also down by 1.75%. So with all this, the global markets are completely weak. In fact, the major bearishness in the Nasdaq came in from the results from the Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, where the revenue from YouTube actually made a big hit. And that's exactly why there was a feeling that the tech companies are losing out on the money, because of one thing is people moving out of homes and the YouTube video views have actually come down. Two, the ad revenues have actually come down, probably because of lesser spending by the companies. The next factor which can actually affect YouTube earnings is Russia. Yes, so since the Russia and Ukraine war has broken out, YouTube has withdrawn from Russia, and Russia being such a big country, there of course was a big contribution which has reduced. And Alphabet CEO also has a comment stating that even the next quarter cannot make up for all these losses. So this is something negative, and that's exactly why we could see the Nasdaq falling down big. Even we could see Tesla shares falling down majorly after Elon Musk confirmed that he's taking over Twitter for $44 billion. The reason is, one, if he is not able to make the payment, it is going to be a big drawback for Tesla as well. So this is exactly what's happening in the US market. The major results are coming really bad. But if you look at the only positivity yesterday was Microsoft results, which actually exceeded the market expectations. But something again we look forward to is the Facebook parent company Meta, set to give out their reports on Wednesday, along with Boeing, PayPal, and Ford. So apart from this, we also have Apple and Amazon reporting their results on Thursday. So these are major results to be tracked in the US market to ensure that the market is kind of stable. Otherwise, things are looking really bad in the US market. In fact, the US market is completely oversold, and even one positive news can actually drive up the market on a very fast basis, which can actually support the market. So I am just waiting for that one good news, and that one trigger is enough to even drive the market higher with a big jump up. So this is something that needs to be watched out. Now coming to the oil prices, in fact, oil prices yesterday I told you had come down to almost $100 a barrel, and today has again risen up as Chinese government are also announcing major support to the economy in China. So if you know, it is that if the economy is down, the oil consumption will be down, and hence the demand will be down and the prices will come down. And if the economy is going to be supported by government, we could see the economy in a better situation, and oil prices will go up based on the demand, which is not good for Indian market, of course. So the Indian market is also on a weak situation right now, and the FII's continued selling in India is of course a serious concern. But otherwise, India is actually looking good as a market. But then, if you look at the entire Asian market, as the valuations of India is slightly higher compared to any of these other countries, especially China, because China is on a very low level right now after the COVID outbreak. So naturally, FIAs are probably investing more into China because they can get better growth there in the coming months. But then Indian market is of course strong. The results are also good, but the global markets are actually keeping the entire stock market in India also jittery. So now coming to some good news from Indian market, the April GST collection is likely to be ranging of 1.45 lakh crore as per the finance ministry, and this is going to be a record because one of the highest GST collections in India. So this is what I'm saying. The Indian market is actually looking positive, but then the global cues are something which is driving down the market. One thing, and second, of course, the slightly higher valuation that we've had because of the major bull run in the last 1 year. So this is something that we need to watch out. Coming to the major results coming today, we have Hindustan Unilever, Bajaj Auto, HDFC Asset Management Company, Indian Energy Exchange, Indian Hotels Company, Persistent Systems, Trend, and Mahindra Lifespace Developers among the major results which we will be tracking today. If you look at Bajaj Finance results yesterday, in fact, Bajaj Finance reported one of its best quarter again with a consolidated net profit of 2,420 crores, which is the highest ever profit reported by them. Almost 80% year on year jump. So this is something really good for Bajaj Finance, but then it did almost match the market expectations. So these are some things which we can see today what will happen and how it can support the market today. The AU Small Finance Bank also came up with a result yesterday where the profit has actually risen by 105% year on year, and the net income also grew by 43%. In fact, the bank has declared a bonus issue of one equity share for every one equity share held by shareholders. So that's also something that can be watched out. Apart from that, United Breweries came up with a result and reported a net profit of 163 crores, right, which is much better than market expectations of 134 crores. Even the revenue was at 1,709 crores, which was slightly higher than the estimated 1,675. And this is actually good again when we could see some positivity there today. Tata Coffee profits also rose by 12% year on year, and it stands at 64.3 crores, while revenue was up 11% at 656 crores. The operating margin has also improved, and this is also a stock which could be doing good in the coming months. Now coming to the major earnings today, Bajaj Auto, if you look at the market preview, in fact, the market is expecting a slump in the net profit down by almost 25 to 30%, and the revenue also is supposed to decline by almost 12%. We will have a close watch on that today, because yesterday we could see Bajaj Auto and Hero going up by almost 4% in the day. So this is something that we need to watch out today. Hindustan Unilever also is not expected to give a great profit. In fact, the market research team says that it could be anything between 1 to 10, maybe a single digit rise in profit and revenue, majorly because of the inflation. So we have been speaking about the fuel price going up and inflation going up, which is affecting the market in the FMCG sector. Now coming to some stock specific news, LIC IPO has finally been announced, and the public offering is going to be in the range of rupees 902 to 949 rupees per share, and the discount for policyholders will be rupees 60 per share. For retail and employees, the discount will be for rupees 40 rupees per share. The IPO would be launching approximately on May 4th and may go on till May 9th. So this is something which we can look out for. So this is of course a good discount for policyholders. So policyholders, do remember that you have a separate quota to apply for IPO, and do mention your policy numbers when you are applying for the IPO, and you can get a good discount of 60 rupees per share in the IPO. Now coming to some good news, we also have Abu Dhabi Chemicals and Derivatives Company and RIL, Reliance Industries, signing a formal agreement to develop a PVC project in Abu Dhabi. In fact, this can be something positive because this is going to have almost $2 billion investment, and Reliance is of course going to profit from it. There is a good news from Wipro as well, where the Wipro is acquiring a US based company which is Rising Intermediate Holdings, and this will actually help them to strengthen their leadership in oil and gas, utilities, manufacturing and consumer industries. So these are some very important stock specific news. Apart from that, if you look at the IPO, we have Rainbow Children's Medicare IPO opening today, and the price band is fixed at 516 to 542 per share. In fact, the Rainbow Children's Medicare is expecting a growth of almost 14% compounded returns every year. And of course, the sector has a lot of competition. So personally, I would not be applying for it. But if you're interested, it is not a bad stock. Just that over a long-term perspective, this can be okay, but may not be great for a short-term perspective, right? So with that, let us look forward to what can happen in the market today, because as market opens at 17,000, which is our major support, if that is breached, of course the next level to be watched is 16,800. If that is breached, then things are going to be really bad. But if market can take some support in this range or goes even sideways, we could wait for another breakout or a breakdown in the coming days. So market is kind of totally unpredictable for the short term in the next 2-3 weeks. Let us discuss more about it in the post market report in the end of the day. So let us all have a profitable day. Let's see how we tackle this market. In fact, I would continue with my strategy of booking profits in wherever stocks I can right now, because this is something which I need to probably use that fund for some other price buying in the coming days. So that's it from my side. Do put your feedbacks in the comment section, and do press the like button to support us in this video, and that will encourage us to bring more such videos to us. Okay, so that's it. This is Srikanth Rajan signing off. Goodbye.